Hello, welcome to this BH Cosmetics palette using a pink cut crease under which there's a yellow, gold, and orange sunset look with a little bit of purple in there just to give it a little bit of depth of color. This look uses kaleidoscope, luminous, magical, fluorescent, and then from the right half, sparkling, 24K, and a touch of Borealis. I started out with the kaleidoscope and gave my eye a nice little coating. It's almost imperceptible, but it just gives it a little bit underneath. Then I went into the magical and I put that on the portion of the lid above the crease and began creating the shape for the cut crease, and then added the Borealis in there just to darken it up a little bit. And instead of actually doing a cutaway with concealer, because this sparkling color is so amazing, I simply tried doing this without using concealer and using setting spray to wet everything. So I went in to the sparkling and I brought that in on the first third of the eye. Again, that was wet with this flat brush. Then I took the same flat brush and I went into 24K and I put that on the middle of the eye. And you can see here the beginning of the ombre forming from the sparkling through the 24K. And then I went in and I used luminous for the outside portion to create the outer edge of the lower portion of the cut portion of the crease. I first used the bigger brush to get the shape in there. And then I went in using the smaller concealer brush to really define the edges of it. I also used that same brush to work the seam between the 24K and the luminous to blend them together and create a little bit more of an ombre. And I also brought that luminous color down on the lower lash line and then across the top of the seam where the lower portion of the cut was going. I went back into the sparkling and applied that on the seam between the 24K and the sparkling and brought it up. Then I went into the Borealis with a small angled brush and I used that on the edge between the upper crease and the lower colors in the yellow and orange. And I also put it on the lower lash line and upper lash line in the outer corner, very much like tight lining. Then I went in with a pencil brush and put fluorescent on it to put it in the middle of the lower lash line and use that to blend in the Borealis I had just added. And then on the inside third of the lower lash line, I put magical with that same pencil brush and then later put kaleidoscope over it and use kaleidoscope on the inside corner of the eye as well as on the brow bone. And I use that just to blend those shades together a little bit on the upper portion above the crease. And then just to give this a tiny bit more pop, I went in with my finger and I put a little bit more 24K on the upper lid and then on the lower lash line. This is the completed look. And this look took about 25 minutes to complete. And it definitely saved a little bit of time to not actually use the concealer. Thanks so much for watching and hope you're having a fantastic day.